do 4 or 5 for homework. All right, so here we go. The first thing is the translation. The sum of a number and its square is 56. So how do I write the sum of a number and its square? That's how easy, guys. No questions about it. So the sum of a number is x. The sum of a number and its square is 56. That's how easy. That's how easy this is. All right, now because it's quadratic, all quadratics have to be set equal to 0. All right, now remember, it's easier to keep the x squared positive. So I have x squared plus x minus 56 equals 0. That's how easy. Now, because everyone paid attention last week, everyone can tell me what x squared plus x minus 56 factors to, and there should be no problem. You should just be able to tell me the answer at this stage of the game. So that is what? X and x. Come on. 8 and what? 8 and 8. 8 and what? And I want it to be positive, so the what? -7 and +8. All right, just a quick review because it's been a long weekend. +8 times -7 is the -56. Then the smiley face, 8 minus 7 is the 1. And then we have, of course, x times x, which is x squared. What?
For the second, like when you did the second, you had to make it 0 again.
Yes. And now you set the factors equal to 0. So your answer could be what? -8 or 7. There are 2 answers. All right, there are 2 answers. Now, how do I know that's right? Because if I do -8 plus -8 squared, guess what that equals? 56. And what if I do 7 plus 7 squared? What do you think that equals? There you have it. All right, there's nothing to it. Nothing at all. If you know how to solve a quadratic, converting word problems to quadratics is not that difficult. All right. Now, I'm just letting you know, we have 2 days of word problems, and then we have a test on Friday. Half the test will be word problems and half of them will just be solving quadratics. All right, so please don't mess around. All right, try. Okay, in the equation above, this is directly off of the SATs. All right, in the equation above, A, B, and C are constants. That just means they're numbers. If the equation is true for all value of X, what is the value of B? All right, so I'm trying to find B. So I need everybody to highlight B. And what is B? B is the number in front of the what? X. That's it. If they ask for A, I'd be looking for the number in front of the X squared. And if I was finding C, I would just be looking for the constant. Remember, constant is just a number without the variable. All right. So I'm looking for the number in front of the X after I simplify all of this. That's what my objective is, to simplify that. All right, so if I'm going to simplify, the first thing I probably should do is do what here? Distribute. Now, please, I'm trying to teach you to be a little bit smarter when you're taking your standardized tests. Do I care about the square terms? Do I care about the square terms? Is that a yes or no? No, because I'm trying to find the numbers in front of the x's. So if I say 2x times 3x, we know that is 6x squared. But do I really care about that? No. All right, now I'm going 2x times 5. What's 2x times 5? Positive 10x. Do I care about that? Yes, I care. All right, now 3 times 3x. What is that? 9x. Do I care about that? Yes, I care about all the x's. And then 3 times 5. That would be 15. All right?
Why don't you care about the x squared again?
Because they're asking me to find b.
Oh, b is x squared.
And b is not the square term.
Thank you.
All right. So now if I were to simplify this, you should be able to tell me that's just 6x squared plus 19x plus 15. So somebody tell me what b equals. B is 19. I have no idea why that's hard. And it's going to be hard for some of you because you're not listening. So we know that b equals 19. So everybody put down b equals 19. And let's just say, okay, what's A? 6. And what's C?
15.
These problems always occur on standardized tests. Always. All right, so let's move on. Number 3. Now, the numbers are small for a reason. All right, because I'm not interested in the what? I'm not interested in you mentally saying, well, I know the answer is 11 and 13 or negative 11 and negative 13. I know that too. All right. The problem is we're looking for practicing setting up word problems, not just mentally looking at it, because we can make it harder. All right. That's not the intent. The intent is practice setting up equations. All right. So find 2 consecutive odd integers. All right. Give me an example of consecutive odds. 3 and 5. So if I want to represent all consecutive odds, what is the first number going to be? How do we represent the first number? Say it, X, perfect. All right, the first number is X. All right, now we're doing odds. So here's where people make the mistake. The second number would be what? X plus 2, not X plus 1. All right, you're adding 2. Why is that? Because to get from 3 to 5, I'm adding what? I'm adding 2. Now, what does product mean? Multiply them together. So what am I multiplying together? X and X plus 2. And what do I want that to equal? I want that to equal 143. Now, I just don't think that was that hard. All right, if you don't know how to write consecutive odds or consecutive evens, you need to figure that out. So now, can I just set these equal to 0? No, because I've got a 143. All right, and that's in the way over here. So I need to bring that over after I do what? With this, that's right, after I distribute. So what's X times X? X squared. What's X times 2? And then minus 143 equals 0. Now, if you were paying attention, I already gave you the answers. What does that factor to? 13 and 11 for those of you guys who are listening. 13 and 11. All right, but we have to figure out which one's positive and which one's negative. Somebody help me. Positive 13 and what? And again, I keep begging, some of you guys are getting better, but if you don't know, don't sit there. All right, if you don't know how to factor, I promise you I'll be a little grumpy or frustrated, but if you don't know, speak up so I can show you real quick. You could join the class real quick if you wanted to. All right, I didn't say I was done. So the answers are X equals 11 or X equals, all right, I'm listening. Going away from me every day. The circus clown. All right, I'm going to come see you in the circus in a couple years.
How did you know which one was negative?
Because I looked at this number right here.
Oh, because like there's different ones.
Right? Okay, here we go. Number 4. All right, same principle here, guys. Same problem. All right, quickly. All right, let's see if you can figure what B is. All right, 30 seconds. I'm going to pause the video. Let's see. All right, so we have a couple of you saying it's 9. So once again, since you were listening, do I care about the square terms?
No.
No, so listen, let's try to work on standardized test prep. Do I care about this? Do I care about this? Do I care about this? No. Now I have to distribute a -2. Do I care about distributing a -2 to the x squared? No, because that's -2x squared, and I'm not interested in the squares. So I cross that out. Now what's -2 times -2x? 4x. Do I care about that? Now, if I go -2 times -1, do I care about that? No, because that's a constant. So the only two numbers we are interested in are 5x and what? 4x, which is a total of 9x. So we know that B had to be what? B has to be 9. Very good if you know that. All right. Very important. All right, here we go. Number 5. All right, we're talking about a rectangle. So the most important thing is to go ahead and draw yourself a little rectangle out here. Now, again, does it matter really which one's the length and the width? No, but I like to draw it realistically, and it says that the length is 5 centimeters less than twice. All right. Now, for me personally, I think you should label something L and something W. The length is being compared to what? The width. So I think it's important to call the width what? X. You can call it W. I don't really mind. But sometimes I get confused when I have length with the W in it. All right. It just doesn't seem right. All right. So if I call the width X, then the length would be, how do I write 5 less than? -5, and then twice the width. Come on, guys. Everybody can do that now. All right. I've been doing that for months. All right. Everybody can do that. Now, again, you got to pay attention because it's going to be hard on Friday. All right. Start now. Now it says the area is 88. All right. So everybody should be able to look at that and say, okay, it's probably 8 and 11, maybe 4 and 22. All right. That's what you should be thinking. All right. But how do I find the area of a rectangle? Length times width, right? So X times 2x minus 5 equals what? 88. The numbers will be easy on the test. You're not allowed to write down the answers. You get 0 credit for that. All right. The objective is for you to learn to write from the sentence to an equation. All right. Now we have to distribute the x, and we all get what? 2x squared minus 5x equals 88. Move the 88 over. 2x squared minus 5x minus 88 equals 0. All right, now we're doing our factoring. All right, take a second here and factor. Set up 2 sets of parentheses. All right, how am I breaking the 2x squared down? 2x and x. Now 88, I'm probably going to do what? 8 and 11. Now where does the 8 have to go? On the right. And 11 has to go on the, so let's see if we're right. How much is this? And how much is this?
16.
We'll make -5 if the,
8 and 2 is negative.
that's correct.
11 is positive.
That's right. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Now, of course, you just solve this out. Now, again, I'm expecting everybody to just look at this and say x equals, what does x equal from this equation? -11/2. Is that possible? Can a width be negative? No. So that's out. So then the answer is x equals 8. So now we look back at the directions. And it says, find the dimensions of the rectangle. So the width is 8 centimeters. And then, of course, we know if it's 88, that would have to be what? 11 centimeters, but we can plug 8 in and see. 8 times 2 minus 5 is 11. I just don't think that's that hard. All right. Now, once again, I keep trying to tell you guys, if all you're doing is writing them down as we go, it's not helpful. It's not. You try. All right. Now, another SAT problem. Now, always, always, always try to simplify what's inside the parentheses. So everybody look at this real quick. What does that equal? The yellow, highlighted yellow. What does that equal? Yeah, come on. You see, if you start distributing, you'll make the problem hard, right? Always look to simplify. And then what happens to the 2y and the negative 2y? Cancel. So I have 1/2 y squared times 12x. Yeah, that's what I said. Thank you. And so now, what's half of 18? 9. Right. 9xy squared. Believe it or not, that's an SAT problem. Hard to believe. That's a question to see if you can make it into college. Yeah, no joke. All right, here we go. Now everybody's looking at number 7. This is another SAT question. Now, what in the world does this mean right here? Somebody help me. What does that mean? T has to be greater than 0. All right, so that means it's positive. That's exactly how you should think about it. All right, so wow, again, another SAT problem. How do I solve that? No. Next week we'll be doing that. What? Factor it. How does t squared minus 4 factor? Come on, everybody should just be able to say, yeah, t minus 2 and t plus 2. There we have it. T minus 2 and t plus 2. Is everybody with me? So now everybody should be able to say t equals 2 or t equals negative 2. So what's the answer? No. Say it again. T equals 2. The only answer is t equals 2. Why is this not an answer? Because it doesn't satisfy this initial condition, is what we say. The initial condition is that t is always greater than 0. All right, that's how they get you on some of the SAT questions. You don't read them carefully. All right. Number 8, you got 30 seconds, go. And if you say A, B, or C, just slap yourself a little bit.
So that means it's B or E.
Well, brilliant.
I think it's B, Mr. Shaw.
And circle A.
Go with A. I know it's C.
Let's go with the right answer.
G.
Now, remember, there is a technique for squaring a binomial. All right, when you square a binomial, you square the first term. What's the first term? 9x squared. So right off the bat, we can eliminate A and B. All right, now the middle term, we said there is a pattern. 3x times 7 is what? 21x times 2, 42x. So that means it's E. All right, I'm going to show you real quick. That's the pattern to squaring a binomial. That's the pattern to squaring a binomial. So one more time. If I say 3x plus 7 squared, that just means 3x plus 7 times 3x plus 7, okay? 3x times 3x. That's how I got the 9x squared. Now we do our smiley faces. How much is that? How much is that? That always occurs twice. So if you know that, you can just multiply the two terms together here and then multiply by 2. And that'll save you a bunch of time. All right, that'll save you a bunch of time. And then, of course, 7 times 7 is 49. So that's how we're squaring a binomial, if you forgot. Again, SAT question, hard to believe.
Sad.
All right.
Sad.
All right, here we go. Now, in the XY plane, the point 36 lies on the graph. All right, now we have a problem. We're missing what? We need to find B. So now, anytime you are giving a point, here's what I want you to remember. Whenever they give you a point, you can just plug the number into the equation, and that generally solves it. All right, what does that mean? This 3 represents what? X. The 6 represents what? Y. Now, early in the year, we briefly touched on this, so if you forget, that's okay. I want everybody to look at this real quick. This symbol, f of x. Who remembers what f of x, that symbol really stands for? Well, take a guess. If this is the x, right? If that's x, then what does this have to be? Y. It has to be y. So f of x is a fancy way of writing y. Now, why did the math people do f of x? Because if I just have y equals 2, I don't know what x corresponds to that number. But if I say f of 3 equals 2, I know that at the x value, the y value. That's the reason. That's the reason. So it's just a different notation. All right, but I want you to always know f of x is a fancy way for saying what letter? Y. So now we're going to put y equals 3x squared minus bx plus 12. What does y equal? 6. What does x equal? 3. So that means wherever you see an x, you put 3. All right, now some of you are going to have a hard time with this. I'm highlighting this. What does that equal?
81.
27, right? Because you have to square before you multiply. You square before you multiply. 3 squared is what? 9 times 3. There you have it. So make sure you know that. So 6 equals 27 minus 3b plus 12. All right, now does everybody agree I really want my b to be positive? So I say 3b equals, what's 27 plus 12? 39. Now this 6 is coming over, so I'm going to do what? Subtract. So 39 minus 6, 33. Now, if that doesn't make sense, just slow down. All right, if you don't like that, just say 6 equals 39 minus 3b. Add 3b. And then subtract 6. And there's what we did. But I'm trying to get you to practice your mental math. All right. So b equals what again? 11. Yes, ma'am. Quick.
Where did the 12?
We did
12
20.
minus the 12.
No. 27 plus 12. A lot of times kids make a mistake because they see this minus sign. So they think that's 27 minus 12. It's not 27 minus 12. It's 27 plus 12. All right. So that was kind of tricky. All right, here we go. A little bit harder now. Find two numbers that total 12. So what is that? No, say it again. Yes, two numbers that add up to 12. It could be 6 and 6, but I don't think 6 squared plus 6 squared is 74. So we don't know what those numbers are. So I need everybody to put down x plus y equals 12. Now, what are the conditions? The other condition is what? That's exactly right. So now we have x squared plus y squared equals what? 74. Everybody looking at that all right? Now, what does x equal? Very good, girl. X equals 12 minus y. All right, the reason why we're doing is this is going to be a what type of problem?
Substitution.
That's correct. It's a substitution problem. Come on, you're daydreaming. Snap out, pay attention, join class. Stop making it a joke. So this is what x equals. X equals 12 minus y. Does anybody have a problem saying that? Luca, you good with that? Now, wherever I see an x, I can put what? See this x right here? I'm going to put what there? 12 minus y. So again, parentheses, 12 minus y squared plus y squared equals 74. What?
How do you know to put parentheses or not?
You're making a substitution. You need parentheses.
How do you know not to put the square inside the parentheses?
Because then you wouldn't be squaring 12 minus y. You're squaring that quantity. All right. When you make a substitution, it's the parentheses always is required. All right. Now, who can tell me what 12 squared is? 144. Now, we're squaring a binomial. I showed you to square a binomial. You multiply these two together. What's that? Negative 12y. And then multiply that by, which makes negative 24y. And then you square negative y squared. So that's plus y squared. All right, I'm going to write this out and then just show you just to make sure. All of this right here. This piece of the puzzle right here is 12 minus y squared is all of this. Is everybody happy with that? Okay, so now let's combine some terms here. What's y squared plus y squared?
2y.
Yes, 2y. No, 2y squared. All right, remember when you're adding things, things don't change. If you have an apple and an apple, you have two apples. You don't have two apples squared. You have two apples. All right, same principle. Y squared plus y squared. You have 1y squared and 1y squared. Together you have 2y squareds. Then minus 24y. And then plus 144 equals 74. Now it's a quadratic, so I have to do what? Set it equal to 0. So now I have 2y squared minus 24y plus 70 equals 0. Anybody got a problem with that? Now, what does everybody notice about the y squared, the 24y, and the 70? We can divide it by what? Good. You can divide by 2. Everybody, divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. So now I have y squared minus what? 12y plus 35 equals 0. And now, of course, because we are brilliant, we know how to factor that because it's a quadratic. So it factors to, come on,
7 and 5.
7 and 5. What kind?
And both negative.
Both negative. Very nice, very nice. So y could equal either 7 or what? 5. All right, so I come back up there. If y is 7, then what does X have to be? 5, exactly, because you're plugging it in. So your answer is 5 and 7. And if you let Y be 5, then X is what? 7. So is there 2 unique answers or just one? There's one. So the numbers would be what? 5 and 7. All right, 5 and 7.
So it could be both. 5 and 7?
You can have 5 and 7 or 7 and 5. So it doesn't matter. No. You see what I'm saying?
Where did you get -24y?
2 times 12. Come on, it's a pattern. Again, come on. To do the pattern, you multiply these two things together and then multiply it by 2. When you square a binomial, that's what happens. Okay. Now I'm going to hopefully write a few for you and then you can solve them tonight. I'm not expecting you to like write all these out. All right, so we got a rectangle again. So let's draw a rectangle. So length and width. So the perimeter is 40. So what does that mean? 2L plus 2W equals 40. And if you remember, I told you, what can I do to the 2's here? Divide. So length plus width is equal to what, guys? 20. Now it says the area is what? So then we say area equals, how do I find the area? Length times width. And the area is what? 96, guys, come on. Now, who can tell me what do you want to do here? Just like the last problem. What am I doing? Yeah, we're going to substitute. So I want everybody to make themselves a little note here. What do I have to solve for? W, good job. So W equals what? Come on, someone, W equals 20 what? 20 minus L is correct. So now wherever I see a W, I can put what? 20 minus L. So I have L parentheses 20 minus L equals 96. That's your part of your homework, number 11. Finish number 11. Finish number 11. All right, so here we go, guys. Moving forward. Sorry, moving fast. We're just cut short on time. All right, number 12. Originally, a rectangle was twice as long as it is wide. Uh-oh. So we're going to draw a rectangle. So if this right here is X, the other one is what? Originally, the rectangle was, that would be 2X. All right. So this represents the length and this represents the width. All right, come on, we can do this. Now, when 5 meters was subtracted from the length, so the new length is going to be what? We're going to do a new rectangle. What's the new one? Yeah, say it. Am I listening? Good job, girl. 2X minus 5. And 3 meters was subtracted from its width. So what's the new width? X minus 3. The resulting rectangle had an area of 55. So how do I, or what do I write for this? Just hold your breath for 5 minutes. Get it over with. 5 minutes. Go. Hold it. There you go. 5 minutes. You'll be done. All right. We'll get rid of the hiccups. So no. Here we go. I want the area. I want the area. How do I find it? What am I multiplying? I know you don't. I wasn't asking you. Yes. So it'd be what?
Wait, what?
And that is equal to 55. So again, this length and width multiplied together is 55. Now it says, find the dimensions of the new rectangle. It doesn't ask us about the old rectangle. All right. So be careful. Make sure you answer that question. All right. So again, 12, finish 12 tonight. That just means multiply that out, subtract 55, refactor, set the factors equal to 0. All right, here we go. These next couple should be pretty good for us. Which of the following expression gives the area? How do I find the area? Length times width. So everybody's going to write down 2x minus 1 times x plus 2. And let's multiply that out quickly. Multiply it out. Chop, chop. So what is the answer?
Wait, it's-
4x.
2x squared so far.
Minus 2.
2x squared. So it's not any of these. All right. Now, of course, the average person would say 2x squared plus 2 because they just multiply the two first ones and the two last ones rather than doing the little smiley face. How much is this? -1. And what's this? -4. So -1x and -4x makes -5x. And now we multiply -1 times -2, which is
Plus 3.
+2.
Whoa.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, yeah.
You messed
Get out of
up
my
because
game,
you didn't-
Milan.
I tried to tell you that I messed it up.
Yeah, no, I was ignoring you.
That's why your balls.
All right, here we go. 2x squared minus 1x plus 4x minus 2. All right. So now you were right. 2x squared plus 3x minus 2.
Man, blow some more tissues.
So here we go. J. All right, J is correct. Okay, we're looking for the GCF. GCF. Well, look at it. Again, these are all SAT questions. Is it D or E? Is 240 common with 80 and 48? Now, listen, this is what I'm trying to do, trying to help you be better at test taking, especially with ERBs coming up. All right. 80 and 48, the GCF is not 240. So just cross out D and E. Now, do we have to even do the GCF for the numbers now? No, because the only number left is what? 16. So if you have 3 X's and 2 X's, what's common? 2. So it's an X squared. So the answer now, I don't have to do the Y. I know the answer is A. Come on, guys. I'm giving you great information. Please listen. All right. Think about what I'm telling you. I know the answer was A without doing the work. I don't care that you don't know the GCF between 80 and 48. You can figure it out. All right. Easily. You don't need to do that work. All right. That's what some of you don't understand. All right. Is that on your guys's?
Yeah.
All right. So
Wait a minute.
get rid of that. Get rid of that for me. Shh. Now it says, yeah, say C number 1. I meant to change that. Number 1. All right, let's knock out 16. All right, now we've done this problem already. So everybody should be able to set it up quickly. Shh. All right, Ashley, how do I write it? X plus Y equals 25, and then, shh. Perfect. All right, now it is, of course, a substitution. So everybody's gonna come over here and say that y equals what? 25 minus x. Then you're coming over here, replacing y with 25 minus x. So I have x squared plus 25 minus x squared equals 313. Everybody take a look at that, please. Now, could you have said x equals 25 minus y? Yeah, would it make a difference in the problem? No. All right, would make no difference in the problem whatsoever. All right, so again, 16, homework. All right, finish that up. All right, what?
How you do 15?
Did you just come back to class? So
Read.
listen to the video. All right, number 17. The length of a rectangle is 8 centimeters greater than twice its width. Find the dimensions if the area is 42. Again, same kind of thing, draw. So I have a length and I have a width. The length is being compared to what? The width. So that means the width must be x. The width is x. So the length is, how do I do 8 centimeters greater? Plus 8, and then twice the width would give me 2x. And now it says the area is 42. So how do I write that? Come on, how do I write that? Yes, length times width equals 42, but we already have L and W. So we're going to say x times 2x plus 8 equals 42. Solve that. All right. Number 18. We are expanding 2x minus 3 squared. All right. So finish 18. All right. Finish 18. We'll try to get the rest of them done tomorrow. All right. All the way up through 18 should be done.
I gave you fucking. You should be happy.
I am always happy.
You are not always